we see a beautiful garden, we see many flowers,
Yes.
and we smell the fragrance.
Yes.
It's like this. Then again, we go to we we go to see vast expanse of water
Yeah.
to expand our consciousness. We look at a mountain and we try to raise our consciousness as high as the mountain. So for inspiration, you go to various places. When you go to get inspiration, something within us responds to this inspiration, and that is we call aspiration. So, but every day, every hour, we cannot have most delicious meal, but we do know that there are particular restaurants that will supply us with delicious meal.
Yes.
So we go there, but either it is not possible for us for various reasons, or we don't feel like going to the place. So inspiration is there everywhere.
Yes.
Aspiration deep within us. It is up to us to bring to the fore. But if we do not avail ourselves of this opportunity, who can and who will do it for us? This moment, I am a good person. Before you leave this house, before you leave this building, you will argue with yourself. How do I know that he is a nice person? How do I know? Then, third moment, you will argue with yourself. Why do I have to know whether he is good or bad? It is none of my business. Now, you are contradicting in 5 minutes your own personal precious opinion. But once you feel someone as good, in the depths of your heart, you feel something good or inside them, then you try to build upon that feeling. He is a good person, perhaps he is kind, perhaps he is nice, or he is compassionate, he is sympathetic.
Yes.
So these divine qualities you try to bring into your own system, and
Yes.
then you increase it. So understanding is not the right process from our point of view, but feeling is the right process. I am a seeker. I am seeking, and at the same time, trying to offer the search to people. My seeking, you can call it capacity or quality. I enter into a garden, and there I see beautiful flowers. Then I try to collect a few flowers, and then try to offer those flowers to people who are going to be inspired by the flowers. So yesterday, I played a few instruments and I meditated after each instrument I played. So, as you all know, music is a universal language. I do not know a word of this country, Swedish language, I do not know. And perhaps if I had spoken in Bengali, nobody would have understood my mother tongue. But it is just because it was music, and music has a universal appeal, perhaps some people felt in the inmost recesses of their heart, and from the comments that we yesterday collected, there was ample response from people. So I am a truth seeker and God lover. And I know there are many countless people who are in the same boat. So when I give concerts, it is like a family gathering. All those people, they are all my brothers and sisters. We belong to the same family. So at like the Christmas time, when family, all the members gather together, I try to do the same. That here I have come with inspiration, and it is not only I who have the inspiration to offer. In silence, people who are listening to me, they are also inspiring me. It is mutual. I am playing, and if people are receptive, if people are feeling something, their very feeling is a source of inspiration to me. It is give and take. I am giving through music or through my silence, and people who are receptive, who are feeling something in the depths of their heart, also were giving me in return. Mutual give and take. So this is what I do. Wherever I go, I try to offer my aspiration, at the same time collect from them their inspiration and aspiration. This is how I feel that you can establish a oneness world family.
Here in Sweden, people are not generally aware of such a thing as deeper states of consciousness, deeper states of introversion. And in our magazine we try to show that it is possible, but in a very elementary way. And I wonder if you can, you have much experience from Western people and the kind of difficulties that we meet when we try to go inwards. And I wonder if you could speak a little upon that, the difficulties one meets, and also what you would like about the deepening, what that is like, the deepening of the consciousness. The deepening, yeah.
Du menar att fördjupa sig själv, att gå inåt, hur vi ska överkomma svårigheter?
Yes.
How the Western person can overcome the difficulties going inwards. What our difficulties are and how we can overcome them in the Western world.
Well, let us put it in a very rough way, there are two worlds, East and the West. Well, so instead of saying East and West, let us put heart and the mind. The Western world also has a heart and has a mind. But now, Western world, unfortunately, Western world has many good qualities. Dynamism. And then alertness, and then at the time of need to throw heart and soul. There are many good qualities Western world has. But one major difficulty, I don't want to call it a deplorable mistake or fault, far from it. Difficulty lies in the Western world. The Western world wants to see the truth piece by piece, not in totality. And you see, here the problem lies, the difficulty lies. When we use the mind, immediately, if there are 10 flowers, the mind will try to count 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. It is separating the 10 flowers. But when you use the heart does not count the flowers. Heart immediately feels the beauty, fragrance of all the flowers have entered into the heart and have become, these flowers have become part and parcel of the heart. So as long as we take a thing, an individual, part by part, we will not be satisfied. See, somebody looks at me, and if he sees my head, there's no hair, gray hair. Immediately, mistake has started from there, from the beginning. Then, if he looks at my nose or face, or somebody will simply say, "This is he. Oh, he's here. How does he? Part of people are all telling lies. Look, he has no muscle power. He has no physique, but he lifts hundreds of pounds. So perhaps he has got quite a few flatterers who are writing everything false and just say. So now look at it. Look at my body. How much my body is showing. You can say deception. My whole body betrays. But I am not a weightlifter. But if it is true, but again, if you want to see, I can prove it. Even at this moment, I will be able to lift anybody in this room, I'll be able to lift up. Easily I'll be able to lift up. But look at me and immediately, no hair, this and that. Now, there's so many ways you will be disheartened when you look at me. If you want to look at a bodybuilder, weightlifter, look at me, you are disheartened. Then if you look at my entire physique, then you are not satisfied. So many defects you think. But instead of looking at my hair, bald head, or my arms, muscle power, if you just from there, if you are in a meditative, I use the term, meditative consciousness or prayerful consciousness, you are entering into my heart. Not here or there, right here. There you are feeling, you immediately will feel my love for you, my oneness with you, my genuine love for you, my oneness with you, you will feel. Then, if you feel my love for you, then what else do you need? What gives you joy? Love or my lack of hair or my lack of physical beauty or physical muscle power? So here is the mistake that Western world makes. Western world, as soon as here is defective, here is defective, everything. But if you enter into the Eastern world, let us not put Eastern world, wrong, heart world. In the heart world, my heart world, your heart world. Immediately you will feel my love for you, and your love for me. A child, look at the mother. Child is blind. Child is deaf. But mother's love for the child and the child's love for the mother made them one. When the child cries for something, mother's heart immediately melts. Whereas the other child, he has got perfect eyes, he has got perfect vision, perfect everything. But in which way? The other one is superior, one who has got better vision and all that. No, mother feels the heart, her oneness heart with the one who is God, whose vision is not good, whose body, his limbs are not in proper shape, impaired. But no, it is the heart. Mother's heart for the child is so-called defective. We call it defective. Mother is not taking him as defective. Mother is seeing the child's heart full of love and mother's own heart full of love. So here, when you use our heart, love comes first. Oneness comes. In love and oneness, there is no defect. There can be no defect. I accept my dog. Dog is barking and everything, dog is barking. But as soon as I see the dog, in spite of his barking, my love overflows. Because of my love, I see the heart of my dog. The dog also. No matter if I don't feed him on time, 6 o'clock I have to, the love of the dog is not decreasing or diminishing, even if I give him the food at 8 o'clock. Because we have conquered each other's heart. So, if we make our approach, if we have a different outlook in life, if we can approach each and every individual on the strength of our heart's oneness, then we will be happy. Our philosophy starts with heart, it continues, and it will forever, it will continue. It starts, only the expansion of heart is our philosophy. A child's love in the beginning is only father and mother. It starts with the mother, let us say, because mother takes care of it. Mother and father. Then brothers and sisters. See how the love is expanding. First with the parents, then with brothers and sisters, then dear ones, relatives, then the village, expanding. Then it comes to the town, city, and then the country. Then it becomes from national to international. How the love is expanding. Now we think of, I was born in Chittagong, Bangladesh. Then I came to South India. Then I thought of India. Before it was, let us say, all Chittagong. Then it became India. Then I came to America, my love. But then now see the whole world. How I'm expanding. It is not that I'm becoming national or international figure. Far from it. But my feeling for God the creation, God the creator is above God the creation. We are all God the creation. You are all God the creation. We are all God the creation. So how I'm expanding my love from my parents onward, I came now here. I have genuine love for Sweden. So see, I've been to practical all over the world. So it is my love power that I'm expanding, not mind power. If, as I said before, if I use my mind power, I will find hundreds of countless mistakes in my own country, and forgive me, I have again mistakes in Sweden, in wherever I go. But here I have not come to judge anybody. I am not come here to judge your country, to judge an individual, or no, far from it. I have come here to love the soul, the heart, and the country itself. And I do hope at the same time, I'm sure at the same time, the country, the soul, Sweden, are also loving.
Yes, thank you. Could I go on?
Yes, please.
It is a universal fact what you spoke, and I think everybody in their heart would agree, even if one is not even if one is an ordinary human being with just in an ordinary state of consciousness. But would you, for many people, it's difficult to reach that heart awareness. And what would you say if one wants to take the first steps? How would you advise to go about it?
Right. Now, it is like a course. In the beginning, we learn the alphabet. A, B, C, we learn it. Then we gradually, we go to school, kindergarten, school, and then we go to the college, university, and even then it is not enough. We go to the libraries. Knowledge never, the acquisition of knowledge never ends. So here also we start, as you said, at the very beginning to start with, we try to get inspiration to feel our love for the world, the rest of the world. I look at a flower. No matter how bad I am, this moment, undefined thoughts are coming that I am jealous of you, and I'm trying to make you feel that I'm superior to you. All kinds of thoughts are coming. But when I'm looking at the flower, I'm getting some joy. My mind is thinking of you and saying that, I want to defeat you in this, I want to defeat you this, but mine is working. Mine is thinking of you and saying that, I want to defeat you this. But the heart, what is the heart is doing? Heart is looking at the beauty of the flower. Heart is getting the fragrance of the flower. So now, here is the difference. I will look at the flower for 5 seconds, then 1 minute, then 2 minutes. Then I'm getting tremendous joy. Then I will try to look at nature's beauty. I will go and sit at the foot of a tree. See, at the foot of a tree, many good people can take rest, again many bad, whoever wants to. Tree, if I'm a bad person and I want to come and take shelter at the foot of a tree will not ask me, you go from here, you're a very bad person, I don't need you, I don't want you, you're such a bad person. No, I go there, and you are a saint, and you are also welcome, we are all. So now I will be at the seat at the foot of a tree and try to get all the good qualities. Patience. Main thing is that countless leaves, flowers, fruits, and so many things. Now, when we have $10, we become proud and haughty. Then we have only $100, nobody can approach us because we're very rich, richer than the richest. But look at the flower, look at the tree. When it bears flowers, when it has fruits, it comes down. Our way, if you have something, immediately go up. Immediately beneath our dignity to talk to you because I'm so rich. But when the trees are full of flowers, fruits and everything, tree is bending down, humility. Now here is the example of God. He is omniscient, He is omnipotent, He is omnipresent, He is everything. But how does He look at His creation? He bends like a mother. Mother is so tall, father is so tall. Mother will bend and help the child to put on his shoes. Mother will say, it is beneath my dignity. I am older than you, I am your mother, I am greater than you in every way. Why do you have to come down and help you lacing the shoes? No, mother gets tremendous joy to touch the feet of her child. So here, the tree is teaching us humility founded upon oneness. The tree is bending down, then we can climb up and we can pluck fruits and eat to our heart's content. So all see here, when we enter into a garden, what happens? When you sit at the flower, when you look at the flower, and when you sit at the fruit of a tree, then we can go and sit in front of a vast expanse, water, right in front of a sea or ocean or even a river. We can, even if we don't get anything, let us go and sit in front of a swimming pool. The spiritual significance of water is consciousness. So now consciousness is of paramount importance in your life, in my life, in his life, in everybody's life. Consciousness is a consciousness has to be awakened. Consciousness has to be elevated to the highest. So wherever you get inspiration, we will go. In the evening, we will look early in the morning when the day breaks. We will look at the sky for freshness, purity. And this freshness, purity that we are seeing in dawn, we have to try to feel it inside our heart. When you look at a flower, the beauty, we have to feel that inside our heart, the same flower. Afterwards, you have to feel the heart itself. Heart is the flower itself. Heart is flower. Heart is not holding a flower inside it. No, heart has become the flower. And that flower, that heart flower has fragrance in infinite measure, and God created that flower and enjoying the beauty and fragrance of this flower. The gardener is responsible for the plant and for the flower. Let us say, he is the creator. And the creator, when he looks at his creation, the beautiful flower, when he enjoys, he is so happy because it is creation. Here is the oneness of creator and creation. When he worked for a few months with the plants, he was the creator. Then when you see the flower, his own creation, he's so happy. He feels his own identification oneness with the flower. So here, the creator and the creation have become oneness. So wherever you get inspiration, we have to go in order to become a better person. Inspiration is give and take. It is reciprocal. As I said 15 minutes ago, I am offering my inspiration to you, and you are in audience. Your silence acceptance is also inspiration, the source of inspiration to me. It is not that I have come to Sweden to give you inspiration. No, I came. And again, your very presence in the audience itself was inspiration to me. It goes simultaneously. I give and you accept. When you are accepting, definitely you are giving me what I need. I hope I'm making it clear to you.
Thank
So
you.
So this is how we start at the very beginning. As a child learns the alphabet ABC, so if I want to get joy from life, if I want to offer inspiration to anybody, then I have to go. And oneness family, it is like, I am hungry. If I am hungry, then I will enter into my kitchen. I will not go into my go to the living room. Right place. Inside my kitchen is the refrigerator, inside the room. But when I have to study, do something, then I will go into my reading room. Where each place. So here also, when we want to feel love, newness, fullness, we have to go into the right room, heart room. But if you knock at another door, then it will be a mistake. So what we want from life, this is the question, and if the answer is love and oneness, peace, then I will say the heart door is the right door, heart room is the right room.
If I may put the same question in a practical way, then, do you mean then that a simple way of starting to meditate could be to just get inspiration of anything that gives you joy?
That's absolutely. The joy in infinite measure is the crown of spirituality. We have to see the difference between joy and pleasure. Life of pleasure and life of real joy are not the same thing. So you are saying joy, we use the term delight in a spiritual way, we use excessive delight. So the more delight we can feel in the depths of our heart, the higher we go, and the deeper meaning of life we discover in our search for truth, for God. So joy right from the beginning. If I get joy while studying the alphabet, then I will continue. Whereas if I don't get joy, who wants to learn A after A, B? Why should it be B after A? It can be C. I start arguing with my mother. Then what can poor mother do? There ends my study. But just because I believe my mother happily that after A it is B and C and all, see, I learned the alphabet and how many books I studied eventually. So here also, if I get little joy from a flower, from a tree, from the ocean, from the mountain, then I will be inspired to spend hours in my heart garden.
What is the difference then between joy and pleasure?
Art, pleasure, the life, when you use the term pleasure life, it is life, then it becomes a life of comfort, vital pleasure, and we neglect our duty, we lower consciousness. Whereas if you get joy, real joy, if I'm getting joy from a garden, early in the morning I'll go and run to the garden to be with the flowers, be inspired. But if I don't get joy, if I'm in the world of pleasure, it is 6 o'clock, and who wants to get up early? It's too early, then let me get up at 8 o'clock. Now, it is also too early, 9 o'clock is also too early, it is 10 o'clock, and I'm doing the whole day, entire day.
The deeper states of introversion are you leave the sense world behind. The sense world disappears. Would you care to speak about what happens as you go deeper inwards?
Now, there are two ways. When you go deep within, we can enter into the world of, let us say, nirvana, where there is no thought, extinction of thought completely. There is no dance of nature. Nature is all the time dancing here, there. Sometimes you don't like the dance, sometimes you do like. All the time movement, activity, we call it nature's dance. So now when you go deep within, there is one way, there we don't see the activity, motion, is all, everything is ceased. It is all calm and quiet, tranquility. Now, if one wants, one can do so. But again, some people like both. In the sense world, let us activity. They want both the silence aspect and the sound aspect. And let us say in the West we are inclined to give pay more attention to the sound aspect of life. And in the East, say down the sweep of centuries, we give more importance to the silence aspect. But we give, but now again in the East also there is always war they're threatening, war is threatening. There is no such thing as East and West now. But if you put mind and heart, it solves our problem. Mind still wants superiority. I have to be one step ahead of you. Then it is peace. Peace means I have to be one step ahead of you. If you walk with me side by side, no peace. I have to lord it over you. As long as I am the boss and you are the slave, then there is peace. But I will keep you as my slave, but whatever you want, I will give you. But you have to know that you are my slave. Then there is peace. You want money, I will give you. You want this, that, I will give you. But you have to be one step behind me. Then only mind is happy. The heart will say, no, I will carry you here inside my heart. If I turn this side, you will go with me. If I turn that side, you will go with me. Wherever I go, I will carry you in the very depths of my heart. So this is not the right attitude. The other attitude is that I have to be a little ahead of you, then peace. But the heart said, no, I will have peace only if I feel your presence inside my heart. And you also will be if I feel your presence. Otherwise, why? Why should I be one step behind you and make myself feel that I have the same joy? I will be in the depths of your heart, you be in the depths of my heart. Then we will get joy. So, to come back to your question, when there is activity, it is activity, the sense we are observing with our senses. Now, we can be happy with what is happening when we are drawing on the strength of our sense perceptions, we are drawing the world, we can be unhappy. And if you go inside and there is no activity there, it is all silent. But now the question comes whether we need both or not. Sometimes we see a peaceful ocean and we are very happy. Again, sometimes we see some waves, surges in the sea. We are happy at one. We are getting joy. So life has to be composed of both realities. Now it is up to us what we want at what time. This moment when it is night, I go to sleep, I take rest. And when the time comes, when the day breaks, I have to come out of my room and work. I have to do things. So here sound life and silence life must go together. There should be balance. So when we are in the inner world, it is a world of silence. When in the outer world, it is a world of sound. They have to be put together and we have to adjust all. It is evening, it is night, we have to take rest, and it is day, you have to work. Silence and sound, we have to accept together. So with the sense world, we are accepting this with the sense. So with our senses, we are accepting the sound world, and then when you meditate, dive deep within, we accept the inner world of silence. They must go together. So the meditative consciousness I was able to lift. If I am cutting jaws, I would be lifting. I in my highest consciousness when I lifted 7,000 pounds. At that time I was in my highest, deepest consciousness. Otherwise, will I dare to be under 7,000 pounds? Will I dare to do anything like that? Only because I was in a very high state of consciousness and I felt my implicit oneness with this enormous weight. That weight, I went there. Otherwise, will I ever dare? If right now with my mind, if I think of 7,000 and my mind will be crushed, I'll be a fool, worst possible fool to be under 7,000 pound weight. So because of my meditative consciousness, when I went into my into my meditation, I felt my implicit oneness with this weight. That weight I did not at that time feel as 7,000. I felt that weight is something, a friend of mine, and I want to lift a friend of mine. And my friend says all that here is a friend of mine, and if I want to lift my friend, so if you want to get joy by lifting me, then do it. I'm there. So everything that we do to inspire people, when we do something, we have to prepare ourselves first with inspiration and aspiration. I have written so many books. It is all based on inspiration and aspiration. It is each thought, each idea comes from another world. Now we can, if we make friends with them, if you are my friend, then I immediately open my door. If you are not my friend, then you will not allow me to have an access. So when I do something, I try to establish my feeling of oneness, whether it is weight or poetry or music or painting, anything that I do, I try to establish my friendship. Let us put the correct word, oneness. If I am one with you, then if I ask you to do me a favor, how will you how will you not listen to me? Because of my friendship I am asking, and because of your friendship, you are agreeing to listen to me. So the same thing, anything that we see on a higher scale, enormous scale, I must say it is all based on my feeling of oneness with the soul, with the living entity of that particular object.
This is how you feel one conquers one's so-called enemy too, right? To go into the heart and experience the oneness on an inner plane.
We can conquer enemies not by any power, physical power or vital power or mental power, but these are all outer. Physically, if you are stronger than me, you cannot conquer me. Vitally, if you are stronger than me, you cannot conquer me. Mentally, you are stronger than me. So what? You are stronger than me. You stay with your physical power. You stay with your vital power, mental power. But then there is called psychic power, heart power. This power, it does not show the power of superiority. The power that shows the superiority cannot conquer. The power that shows oneness, mother's love for the child, the child's love for the mother. So this is the heart. The power of the heart does not show off, does not express superiority. The power of the heart is only if I have one flower, and if you have one flower, let us put them together and become two. But no, if the mind has one flower, my mind, your flower, then only I will only try to justify that mine is larger, mine is more beautiful. Why do I need yours? Why do I need yours? Mine is more beautiful than yours. Mine is larger in size. Problem starts. But with the heart power, even if yours is small, mine is big, I won't mind. Then they say, no, you can't. Let us be one. Then, now if I had one flower, now I'll be able to say, by taking your flowers, 2 flowers. At that time, I won't say that yours is smaller, I don't need it. It is beneath my dignity to have yours, it is so defective. No, let us be together. Then I say I have now 2 flowers. So all this expansion will get joy.
I have just a little question. I wonder if it is.
You're fine.
Is it possible to conquer one's own mind, or to get it to accept the heart's rules, so to speak?
It is absolutely possible. It is possible. People have done it. Otherwise, if they have not done it, we will not fail. We ourselves, it is possible. We think every day it is a kind of exercise. We take exercise in order to be strong. We eat food daily 3 meals in order to remain physically strong. So here also, if we start with our heart in the morning, then our good feelings will enter into different parts of our body. Inside the body is the mind, nowhere else. Inside the body is also the heart. So if we start, if we keep flowers inside one room, a large quantity of flowers, you want to see if a large quantity of flowers, the room adjacent, you are going to feel little fragrance. And then if you are here, in this room there are flowers, but believe me, if an occultist is here, we are discussing spiritual matters. If an occultist is at this moment, he is in the other room, he is bound to feel our good, something good in this room, and he will be there. With him there are perhaps undivine people like that, but he is feeling the good vibration he is getting, and like a magnet he is feeling. So if everything has consciousness, if this room was flooded with flowers, you understand, you go into that room, the smell, you have come here, and your whole being is surcharged with the fragrance and the beauty of the flower. Then you go into the other. There you are carrying the beauty of the flower, the fragrance. So you are inside the heart, garden, so many plants, so many flowers, so much fragrance. Then it is you. Either remain inside your heart or inside your mind. But you have been there first in the heart. Such joy you have got. Then where will you? If you want to go there, you go there. Then you enter there, you are getting something. You have carried something of your heart into your mind. So the mind's limitations, mind's way of judging others, or mind's way of superiority and inferiority, these things will not be there, because you entered into the heart room first, and from there you are carrying the beauty, the fragrance, the light, delight into your mind. So if you do the first thing first, then the problem you can solve. But early in the morning, if you enter into your mind, and for hours you remain there, then you will be so tired, so exhausted, you are not going to enter into the heart. The whole day is right. We do not say rejection of the mind, but we use the term illumination of the mind. Not rejection, illumination or transformation. Illumination. The mind that separates us, we say no. Include. The way the heart has included. Only we are begging the mind, do not exclude, but include. But the mind finds it difficult. But we are not saying that no, discard the mind, it is a filthy rag, it is far, far from it. But we are only begging the mind to have a different approach to reality. You are not getting joy, then change. This doctor cannot cure you, then let us have another doctor. Who knows whether that doctor will be able to cure you. So here, the doctor is here, the illumination. The doctor is transformation of the mind. And this doctor is not the doctor of rejection. No. Illumination and transformation.